Hello, I'm Brian Hutcheson, Sheriff of Rockingham County in the city of Harrisonburg, and thank you for joining me for this week's segment of the Rocktown Crime Report on rocktownnow.com. What we're going to do for this week's segment is we're actually going to go to two questions that have come in. And first off, we want to remind you if you have any questions that you would like to submit to cover in this segment, you can check out how to do that right now. You can submit your questions into the newsroom at Rocktown Now, and they'll get that to us. And if you recall last week, we didn't get to any questions and we had a couple come in. So what we're going to do for this week's segment is we're going to cover two questions just so where we kind of get caught up on that. But again, appreciate the questions. Thanks for putting them in. If you have them, feel free to send them to that to news@rocktownnow.com. But the first question that we're going to talk about today that had come in is, are explosive targets illegal? And so that's a good question. Explosive targets, most commonly referred to as tannerite. And we do get some calls for those around here, a lot of rural areas around here where we'll get reports, and it's pretty loud. If you haven't heard it, it's a kind of a distinct noise that goes with those exploding targets. And I guess the short answer to that question is um, they are legal if done the right way. So we're going to put a graphic up here and kind of cover some of the key points. And these are, I guess, recommendations for the safe use of the exploding targets, which are designed to be just that, to help with longer distance target shooting to where you can see from afar if the rifle, whatever you're shooting, is on target. And so that explosion, of course, lets you know. It helps with sighting in. So that's what it's designed for. And a key point also is they're separate components that are mixed to activate the use of the explosive target, or tannerite, again, is commonly called. But here's some recommendations for safety with those. Again, they are legal. To answer that question, it is legal as long as it's done safely. And here's some tips. A quick point out that we'll talk about: don't exceed the amount of mixture. Don't place next to objects that could produce fragments. Don't add materials, or, which I think sometimes maybe we've seen, don't combine multiple packages to a single. And again, i.e., the desired effect there is a bigger boom, a bigger explosion. That's not what it's designed to do, and it's not safe. Again, designed to help with sighting in and for target shooting, but not for creating for the loud booms. The key reminders and the always part of that: use containers provided by the manufacturer. Mix the targets at the location of use, and that's key here, because you'll see at the bottom, once they're mixed, the targets are considered to be explosives. They are subject to federal regulations and can't be transported without a federal permit. So keep that in mind. Use the safe distances, and always make sure you're in remote areas. And then what we would say from what we've seen is be considerate of the other property owners and neighbors. The times, and it hasn't been many, but there's been a few instances where we've kind of dealt with this, and it really boils down to just, again, a safe area. Even if it's remote, be mindful of your neighbors and other people in the area, because of the noise. It can create concerns. And again, we want it to be used and used the right way because it is legal, but just be safe. Some of those tips we talked about here, keep those in mind. And it seems to be first and foremost maybe just a little bit of whether it's prior notice or just some kind of friendly consideration to the people around, your neighbors and stuff. So that's a good question. Hopefully that gets the key points for that. But separate components, they're mixed for the use. Don't transport them. Make sure you're in a safe location for that. So it's legal if it's done the right way. Good question there. The second question we're going to talk about today, they also came into the newsroom from the newsroom at rocktownnow.com. Do you get many reports of stolen packages in our area? And what are some ways to prevent those crimes? And that's a timely question, really, in light of what we had this week. I think there's 2 days that were considered Amazon Prime days, which are large. I guess they give big discounts. I'm not a big online shopper, but I think there's large discounts for those Amazon customers. You can get some great deals, and the packages get delivered. And so, to answer the first part of that question, we have had some instances where we've responded to packages being stolen from front porches. I wouldn't say it's widespread or it's a huge, epidemic kind of thing, but I think just looking it up here locally in the county and in the city, there has been some instances of reports of stolen packages. People see it as a crime of opportunity. It's an easy type of you kind of grabbing something, and it's like a Christmas present. You know what you're going to get. grab it and you go. But that's certainly it happens. Not to make it seem widespread, but it is something that happens. And again, with what we've had a big Amazon day this week, we thought we would touch on that, and we're going to put up some tips. And these are tips from from Amazon that they kind of put out there to kind of protect your deliveries. Things to think about. Use the tracking features, delivery status, notification that you can track that package as it goes. Limit the time between the delivery and retrieval. It kind of goes right along with tracking. Track the package and pick it up when it comes in. Designate a delivery day. That's something you can do while placing the order. So you pick it, you set a date that it can be delivered when it's suitable to your schedule, when you'll be around to get it. Use a video camera. A lot of people have those these days. Whether it's a video camera, what they call a ring camera, or different other types of video capabilities, and you can even get alerts with those to let you know somebody's on your porch and so have you. So use those, and the videos are a deterrent in and of themselves, much less they're a help if they should be needed for a crime. Require a signature upon delivery. Again, you can do that while you're placing order. Put the order in and pick the option that you want it to be signed for. Therefore, somebody has to be home. It's not left unattended. You can set up, you see number 5 there, deliver it to an alternate location. You could have it delivered to your workplace. If you're not going to be home during the hours it might be delivered to where you work, or whatever location might be suitable, and it won't be left unattended. And then lastly, the thing they kind of encourage, if nothing else, you can coordinate with your friends or your neighbors, kind of in neighborhood watch fashion, to look out for each other's uh, houses and areas. And if they see anything suspicious, or certainly you could even have them pick up the package for you if there's something on your front porch. And then again, it's not left there unattended for a long period of time, and therefore kind of a ripe target for an easy crime. So good question there. And we're going to get back to some crime trends and some jail numbers that were kind of going on. We still have the summer very much going on, so we'll get back into some jail numbers for next week. But we wanted to kind of catch up on some questions, a couple of good questions today. Hopefully that's some interesting or helpful information there. And then also another thing we did want to throw a quick plug in for, we're right in the peak of lawn party season. A lot of opportunities tonight. You got the Bridgewater Parade. Bridgewater Lawn Party is going on now. Parades tonight. I think it starts at 7. And then likewise, you will have several more lawn parties coming up. Folks Run, McGaheysville, Elkton, Grottos, Bergton. Some great, this prime time part of summer, great lawn parties. You're supporting a great cause when you go out there. You have great food and great fun. So keep all of those in mind. Get out there, and maybe we'll see you out there. But get out to some of those events, and all that kind of builds up to the county fair, which starts August the 12th this year. And again, hopefully we'll see you out there. Kind of the end of the summer type event. Always a great time. So we got some great community things going on that you can participate in. Look them up or check them out for sure, because it's good stuff. So just wanted to kind of throw a quick plug in for that. But we'll close up today. Appreciate you tuning into this segment of the Rocktown Crime Report, and we'll see you next time.